What's up, people? You're watching a clip from the WRESTHINGS podcast. Make sure you follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and give us a 5-star review. By the Mandem, for the Mandem. The question is now, because of the hype on Swerve, what do we do with him now? Because realistically, is he going to beat MJF in the next 3 to 6 months? Probably not.
Nor should he.
What you say?
Nor should he.
Okay.
Why is that?
So then, what do you do with him?
I think you put him against. Obviously, he's in the tournament right now. We'll get to that later. But I think you just put him against a top guy like Moxley. Put him against another guy like Danielson. Put him up against these top echelon wrestlers in AEW. I think.
I'll be honest.
I
feel like that might be a bad idea because let's say he does win the title. You want him to go against those guys.
You don't
want him to go against them now.
You don't put him against like all of them. But I think. Because I think we always, in wrestling, when somebody's hot, we always say, shoot them straight to the title. And I think Swerve, don't get me wrong, he's hot, but I think shooting him straight to the title, he's a future champion, right? But shooting him straight to the title, I want to see more feuds. I feel like you could have a lot more feuds with Swerve. Like, for example, I know them as a faction is your thing, but if you wanted to do, like, let's say, a Moxley Swerve feud, you could easily just, like, set it up with, hey, Gates Agony attack BCC, you stretch it out for a couple of weeks, then you do a match at Revolution. Then by that point, because even, for example, MJF, right, the person who's champion right now, he was hot before the title run, but they sustained him for a period of time before they gave him a title. I feel like with Swerve, just keep him in that MJF role you had before, where it's like, he's a top heel, you sustain him for a while, but then you give him the title.
What was MJF doing, though? Because he had just returned to TV, right?
No, MJF was just returned, but I'm saying throughout his entire AEW career, MJF was facing top guys from Cody from the beginning. He had Cody, he had Jericho, he had Punk. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he had a bunch of Darby Allin. MJF has had a plethora of like meaningful feuds before he even touched that title picture.
I mean, he did go against Moxley.
Yeah, true.
So, I mean, I think it's just case by case. It just depends on what the plan is moving forward. Because I don't think there's anything wrong with. I don't think there's anything wrong with Shane now going for the world title, losing, and then still having a meaningful feud. Maybe even if he does go against a Moxley, like let's say he has a backstage segment where he's talking, and Moxley just walks past him and he just finds it disrespectful. Some sort of story can come from that.
Do you think like if he goes for the title and loses, it will kind of halt his stock a bit? Because I'm afraid of him.
I don't think so.
I think right now it'll do more favors for MJF.
I think if I see Swerve go for the title and lose, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Why is that? I hear you, but
why is that?
I don't know. I'm just
you don't want him to lose. So what I was going to say, I think he should honestly beat Orange Cassidy for the international title in like the next 3 weeks. Like capitalize on it. He's had past previous with Cassidy as well. It's like a nice little something to give him in the meantime, sort of thing.
I actually forgot about that title. No, that's a shout.
I think, that's that.
I think the only when is the tournament ending?
What was it?
30th of December.
Yeah, final.
Is the final? Yeah, that's the final.
Yeah, I think he's going to be preoccupied until then, innit?
I was hoping that Swerve does get to the final of the C1.
Wins it or just gets to the final?
Just gets to the final. I don't know what happens next. I think he gets to the final.
If he gets to the final, he should win it. You don't want to kill his momentum now, and he's just.
This tournament kind of smells like it's for Danielson though.
So Danielson and Swerve in the final,
which is something they've done a matter of weeks ago
at Collision, right?
Yeah, I think that's for the TNT title. But I don't know how I feel. And we could talk about this in a second. I don't know how I feel about this Triple Crown stuff.
It fucking stinks.
What's up, people? You're watching a clip from the WRESTHINGS podcast. Make sure you follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and give us a 5-star review. By the Mandem, for the Mandem.